Hey, this episode of the Older Brother podcast is brought to you by the Rule Zero seminar going out in Vegas this October. If you're interested in attending, there's 10 speakers, myself included, and other famous people like Rollo Tomasi, Ryan Stone, Modern Life John Somnez, Rich Cooper, and Troy Francis. I forget the other guys' names. But Old Captain will be there as well. It's $999. Yes, it's an egregious price, but it's going to be 2 days and a lot of fun activity. It won't be one of those marathon seminars where you wake up at 6 a.m. No one shows up because they're all hungover. And with the added extra special benefit of field trips. They're going to have field trips. Each individual speaker is going to have his own activity. Everyone's invited to it. Of course, there might be some schedule conflicts there. Rich Cooper's going to go rent sports cars and drive around in the desert. Modern Life John has his anal gay bathhouse of homosexual love. No, he's got a dude bro party house going on. And I will be doing Cappy's Death March, which will be a 14-mile hike into the mountains. And we'll all have fun and enjoy. If you're interested in attending, email me at my Cap Capitalism account. That's capped. C-A-P-T, capped capitalism, not Captain Capitalism. That's not my email address. It's capped, the abbreviation for Captain, cappedcapitalism@yahoo.com. Send me an email there, and we'll give you the details and all that. I still have a couple tickets left. I got to get back home and see how many people put checks in the mail, but it's first come, first serve. I think at minimum I have 3 left, and they may give me an allotment for others, but we'll see. So that's it. Enjoy the show. I'll be back to a regular schedule in about a week. Toodles. Well, it's another hiking podcast. I won't lie to you guys, this is more therapy for me than you. I'm in Deadwood, South Dakota. Great town, by the way. Great town. I know if you ever come out to the Black Hills, the main reason to come to the Black Hills is Mount Rushmore. So I think everybody should see that. Throw everyone in the station wagon. Remember those? And you kids, you got your like little iPads and tablets and television screens built into the back of a seat. If you were a real father, if you're a real mother, you would ban all that. You would have them go through the experience. You'd have them go through the experience where, are we there yet? No. We're in Kimball. We're not there yet. No, we're in Belvedere. No, we're not there yet. So I'm in Deadwood. And honest to God, guys, it's just a fucking cruel joke where you battle your way up and you get out of poverty and you support yourself. And then the finish line, I told this to Jack Napier. I'll drop my glasses. Hang on. There's no finish line. There's no celebration. Not that I'm expecting it. I'm just saying there's no finish line. The true accomplishments in life, there is no finish line. There's no, you do it on your own. Like the day, the second, the nanosecond that I made enough money, someone had made a deposit into my account that I was able to pay off my house. I was, and I cut the check. I mean, I made a celebration, but nothing changes. It's not like your day is different. All my life sucked, the clouds part and the sun comes out and there's rainbows and unicorns. It's just another day. That nanosecond was there, and then it was gone. And it's almost like losing a sense, like one of your 5 senses. It's like not being able to see, not being able to hear, not being able to touch. You're not able to rejoice. That's the problem. That is the problem. And I'm trying to figure out in my brain, riding across the United States on a motorcycle, deep in my thoughts, what's the ingredients? What are the chemicals? What is the secret to happiness? Or why is it I'm not jumping up and down, celebrating? And I think it's part novelty, it wears off. Another thing's part age. You get old, and nothing's new anymore. And it's great. Oh, there's that deer again. A lot of wildlife. And here I am. Atham looked this up. Deadwood, South Dakota, everybody. So there's two main roads. There's a Y. The main road comes in from the north and it splits. And it basically goes around a mountain. One splits west, the other splits east. And then they all circle back and meet in Leeds, South Dakota. I'm on top of that mountain. I could see both roads. I could see downtown Deadwood. I should be jumping up and down. I'm not. It is like being crippled or paralyzed or losing one of your senses. Like I said, I don't know if it's just age. You've done it before. Maybe your age, it beats you up, takes away whatever humanity or feelings or emotion. I'm not talking sappy. I'm talking like the ability to cherish and rejoice. Like, holy shit, I did it. We're on top of this hill. I'm going to hike to lead. I don't have to. And God bless you guys. God bless all of you who tune in and you make my life. It's possible to have this. But I can't lie to you guys. It's like sending a man into outer space, report back. Well, it's cold and dark. It's not as exciting as we thought. No big green-titted hot babe aliens that Captain Kirk got. When you win, it's like, oh, now what? And I was at Deadwood. Again, people visit this place once in a lifetime. All the Sturgis riders, the motorcycle riders, I could see them. There's a handful of motorcyclists because South Dakota's still open. And they're excited and they're happy. They got that joy. And they're old. They're like 60. We made it, Eartha. We made it, Bethel. And there's that road. There's one of those people right now. Got an RV. Got the big-ass RV. They're doing their trip. There's a silver Twinkie down there, too. And I don't know, you do it enough. Yay, I won. And I was in Deadwood. And like I said, people come, oh God, this is their dream. This is my backyard. I had a cigar over at the tobacco shop over in Deadwood. I strongly recommend everybody go there. Wild Bill, I've mentioned him before. He was the Ashton representative, and he bought his own place. He wasn't there. Usually we recognize each other's faces. You're like, hey, oh, yeah, Minneapolis, yeah. Had a cigar. I sat down. Looked at people, tried to relax. And all right, I'm done sitting down looking at people. Done walking. Although I have to admit, this is a great viewpoint. I can see both roads. Centerville over here and then southeast Deadwood. And I'm like, I'm okay. I guess I'll get some food at Mustang Sally's. All the kids are excited. They're excited. Oh, wow, they had a gun shoot. They reenact shootouts in Deadwood. By the way, it's worth seeing. They got some character actors. They're really good. Here it is. Firefighters from Homestake Mining Company were instrumental in fighting the fire of 1959. Image at right shows the fire burning outside of Deadwood. Oh, it's a big fire. Maybe I gotta come back this way. Maybe I'll read this in its entirety later. And then I walked around downtown, gambled a little bit, I think what I envied probably the most is you got family. And don't think Cappy's going soft on you. I'm not saying I never wanted to have kids, but there's another town, Nemo, South Dakota. I have to look that up. So Nemo's kind of tucked in the hills. Nothing really there except it's a crossroads. There's some gas and a lot of wood cabins, and people just go there to camp. I don't know how else to describe it. All the buildings are made of wood. Log cabiny, It's rustic. That's the best way to describe Nemo, is it's rustic. And I was pulling into town. I came in from the north, from Sturgis through Van Auker Canyon. I have to look that up too. And there's like this whole family. A lot of people, I don't know, a lot of guys my age. I'm estimating maybe the parents had 7 kids, because it was all people my age. They looked like brothers and sisters. And then they had their kids running around. And there was a house they rented, obviously. It was a sizable house. But there's so many people, like, well, they're not fitting in that house. And sure enough, you see the tents pitched out back along the stream. Kids are running around, playing. All those people my age, they're sitting by the campfire there, drinking their beer, smoking the cigarettes or whatever they're doing. And it reminded me, like back in the day, my folks would do that in the 70s. This is going way back. Jolly Good Soda, there's a throwback. See how many of you Milwaukee and Wisconsin people know about Jolly Good Soda. That's as obscure as Albert the Alley Cat. I'll be surprised if any of you get that one. And just the summers they go. Sun would be setting, you're running around, playing with your cousins and your siblings. And even though the adults I was like 4 years old, maybe 3. Well, I was 4 years old and 3, because that's what the age I was back in the 70s. And there was somebody, I didn't understand what the parents or the adults were talking about, but everyone seemed to be happy. I remember Pabst Blue Ribbon before it was rebranded for you fucking millennial quants. Quants, people who study statistics. Not the opposite of penis, quants. And I had mustaches. I remember lots of mustaches. Every guy had a Tom Selleck mustache before Tom Selleck was Tom Selleck. And that was there. Goddamn near 41 years later, I'm seeing that. All I wanted to do was like, hey, can I join you guys? But that's the paradox. That's the irony. You see, that's their one time. They're going to maybe do that 3 times in their entire lives, where the whole family got together, and then it's done. The wife will divorce the father will divorce the wife, someone's going to die, somebody's going to not be able to afford it, so it's good. That's their one big thing, and maybe it is novelty. Maybe it's that fleeting glimpse of true life and the point and purpose of life, your fellow loved ones around, assuming you liked your family. I don't know, they maybe weren't even family, maybe they're just a bunch of randos that, hey, let's go hang out. I think they were family. And I was like, dang. Oh man, just sit there and have a Diet Coke. Just listen to them pick on each other. And they were just sitting around the campfire. Wasn't even night. Just had a campfire. Kids running around like, God damn, that's living. And they don't realize it. That's the thing. They unconsciously, subconsciously, maybe they recognize it, they realize it. Like, yeah, this sure is fun, wasn't that great? But they're not going to cherish it. And then they're going to go plug themselves back into the Matrix. I'm like yelling at them, come on! Don't forget this! No, come on! And that's the problem. I'm going to warn you boys, and the handful of girls that listen too. When you achieve excellence, when you achieve minimalism, when you have total freedom, there are so few people. And you will go and explore, and you'll climb the greatest heights, and you'll climb all the mountains you can, and then it will get boring. And then you're going to be like, where the fuck is everybody else? And so you got to make a choice. See, oh, I guess I could have. I guess I could have been a normie conforming inferior, had kids I couldn't afford, been poor, not be able to eat, face divorce, face a wife getting fat. Yeah, I know. It's the right choice. There's no doubt in my mind I made the right choice, but every choice has a consequence. There's always an opportunity cost. And man, just to be a sheep, to be a commoner, to be a normie conforming inferior, we're like, look, there's a shootout here with fake guns. So one thing I get a kick out of the character actors in Deadwood, their clothes are very, very clean. I'm like, looking at them like, those are pretty clean clothes for somebody from 1876. The people that are like, let's go to Dinosaur Park, it's a bunch of plastic, crochet, whatever, fabricated. Dinosaur Park is a park in Rapid City. It's just a bunch of dinosaur statues. It's been there as long as I can remember. It's just plastic dinosaurs. Let's go to Dinosaur Park. Why? Why? And all the tourists come in, they do the touristy little thing. Oh, look, we're at a real cowboy bar, Ma. Yeah, but bullshit you are. That strip mall went up like 5 years ago. They just made it look like an old saloon. Maybe that's what it, maybe knowledge is death. Maybe that's what it is. Wisdom is death. You know. Once you have knowledge, you're kind of like, fuck. It's seeing the Matrix for what it is, like, holy shit. Octopus, robot, slave masters, and we're all plugged into the Matrix with things shoved up our asses because of our body heat? That sucks. You want to be like Cypher, plug me back in. I don't remember any of this shit. Plug me back in. Once you take the pill, I guess you could go back. I guess Cypher went back. And so here's Cappy, hiking up the hill. Horseshoe Trail. What was this thing? No. Homestake Trail. The Homestake Trail. I have to look it up. It says it goes from Deadwood to Lead. And Lead's, oh man, when you guys ever come out here again, go to Lead, South Dakota, see if you get a tour of the old gold mine. That's real interesting. I think the CERN labs, they had some kind of high-end physics experiment they were going to do in Lead. But Lead, South Dakota is real interesting, a mining town. Mine shut down not that long ago. So it's still an active mining town. And it's all built into a mountain. Like your neighbor's house is 10 feet below. I mean, it's like very steep drive. So it's really cool. Really cool. Maybe I'll go to Lead. Maybe I'll check that out. I've decided to say, fuck it, I don't care about deer. There are deer everywhere, and you don't want to ride at night. And I don't ride at night. Oh, the Homestake Mining Company, they're still in operation. No trespassing. All right. Oh, forgot where I was going. So I wanted to hike this. If you go to Deadwood, Deadwood's in a valley. There's these mountaintops surrounding it. I want to climb up these mountains. And I looked at this trail. One of the highest recommended trails. It's beautiful. You know what I like it? Ain't nobody out here. Ain't nobody out here. Do my podcast, which will save me time later on. See, then tomorrow, I will save myself 2 hours of a podcast. And you guys will tune in. We won't have super chats. That is one of the drawbacks of doing a podcast on the phone. But it's all right. So that's it. Old Cappy's a little melancholy, a little sad. I've been by myself now for about 4 days, maybe 5. Used to be able to do it. I used to be able to be by myself because I was excited. You're exploring and you don't really pay attention. And then once you explore and adventure, and you find everything. Like, where is everybody? And so it's kind of like, huh. I could do it, man. I could be gone for 2 months. I was gone for 2 months every winter. I went down to a month and a half, then a month, and like 3 weeks, and now 10 days. I can't even do it. Can't even do it. And then the Paradise, well, stay into the Twin Cities. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh. So, yes, we're getting a nice hike in. It is beautiful. The sun is the perfect, it's all perfect, guys. It's just perfect. This is an area I wanted to hike anyway, because I'm kind of like, what's in between Lead and Deadwood? This trail, this mountain. Obviously some gold too, because there's a bunch of mining companies that have their places staked. It's not humid. There's no traffic. Not too touristy. Some tourists, not a lot. COVID's keeping everyone away. And now I'm on this trail by myself. Got the whole trail to myself. Whole trail to myself. And that's about it. Let me think about the, let's get some sponsors out of the way. Adam Piggott, the world's pet kangaroo at pushingrubberdownhill.com. The book, the blog, and the podcast, all at pushingrubberdownhill.com. His book, Pushing Rubber Downhill, is an absolute must. I would throw it up there with Rollo Tomasi's Rational Male, Bachelor Economics, The Way of Men by Jack Donovan. I call him a hero because he did walk the walk. He does not like being called a hero. I think he's not like a real hero, like where you put your life at risk. But, you know, given the low-grade standards of heroes, he's definitely a hero then by, you're brave and courageous and amazing. You had your period. So since, you know, having a period makes you heroic, I guess everyone's a hero. Piggott's like a higher-ranked, higher-order hero. Because he did walk the path. He did, and then he went through a divorce. I was listening to a podcast of his, and he said it took him 19 months to recoup, and I had a pretty bad breakup myself back in the day, and that's about right, about 2 years. A little shy, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day, you're like, wait a minute, I'm fine. Actually feeling pretty good. Might have dodged a bullet, you never know. Yeah, check out his site, pushingrubberdownhill.com. Linda Gross, The Science of Mastering Women, her book available on paperback, Kindle, and Audible at Amazon.com. She is a licensed psychologist, doctorate, and even though I have no faith in the psychology industry, she did a lot of mathematical research in that book. So if you want a leg up on how to get the girls, get that book, The Science of Mastering Women. Oh, what else? Non-communistsciencefiction.com. If you're looking for a book that is science fiction but non-communist, go to non-communistsciencefiction.com. Michael Kingswood, buddy of mine, he writes a science fiction book. Military guys, so want to toss your bucks to The War Machine, where he raped and pillaged little babies. Yes, there you go. I don't really believe that. I'm kind of like, yeah, they're not bloodthirsty child rapists. They're your average American men and women who went into the military and like they're 18 or 19 years old, didn't necessarily know any better. Actually, they did know better because I always recommend everybody join the military. Oh, what else? Better Bachelor. When you're done tuning in here, you can tune into Better Bachelor on YouTube. Search Better Bachelor. I was binging on him. I was listening to Better Bachelor when I was walking through Deadwood. Had cell phone reception, so I could stream that online. That's an interesting hill over there. You think like, there's this really interesting hill, like that's never been touched, and then you see the telephone wires, like, oh yeah, there's humans there. Looks like they were mining something. A bunch of scree came out of that. Looks like they were mining something up there. Masculine Geeks. Tune into the Masculine Geeks. Go to masculinegeek.com. Find them on YouTube. And then my good buddy DT, who I'm going to probably have dinner with later on tonight. Theblackbrigade.org. Check out DT's podcast at theblackbrigade.org. And tune in there. That's about it. I have not paid attention to the news. I don't know what's going on. I can't. People have lost their fucking minds. And I don't say that cliche-y. I mean that seriously. People have lost their minds. Was in an exchange with a black dude. And he's all complaining about whatever. And I don't care. I don't listen anymore. It's don't major in stupid shit. Don't have kids you can't afford. Don't commit crimes. And yes, cops should not be killing people. And those that do should be pursued under the law. And all the emotion. And it's like, no, I'm talking to an NPC. All I said was, only Democrats destroyed your town. I didn't take no poll, you did it. And it's like, okay, all right, fine. Go be pissed off. Go be angry some more. Do this over and over and over again. And never close the gap. Wealth, life expectancy. I do have a book out there called The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. And you don't even have to go through the rationalizations or reasons. These people are feral. I don't mean black people. I mean all of them. And I am probably one of the foremost commenters or pointer outs of that the arsonists were predominantly white and the rioter or the looters are predominantly black. And that this is not a race issue. This is a millennial spoiled Kawantaha issue. And so when I realized he's an NPC, okay, good luck, dude. I don't care. I just don't care anymore. Don't come to my neighborhood. Don't riot. Don't make me shoot you. Because that's the thing. If we cannot reason, if we cannot sit down and have a conversation, which is what a democracy is really about, because it's better to govern in peace than it is to fight civil wars. But if you are beyond reason, because you're a privileged little white kid from the suburbs and you gotta have your heroic Antifa, whatever it is, because, I don't know, your dad gave you too much money. You're like, is it Bill Ayers? Who is the spoiled little Quantahaha from, his dad was in charge of Westinghouse CEO, and then he like, some classic boomer 68 rebel that blew up shit. Actual terrorist. I think it's Bill Ayers. You got a generation of Bill Ayers running around, who isn't black, by the way. These people cannot be reasoned with. You're not going to reason with them. You're not. They cannot be reasoned with. And so, unfortunately, when you threaten my life, or you threaten my property, you're dead. You're just dead. Now, not that I wish to kill this guy. That's not what I'm saying. I feel bad because he's perpetually angry. He doesn't stop and critically think about it. It's all emotion. It's all NPCs. It's all zombies. And so it's kind of like, all right. I can't, what do you want me to say? You're not listening to reason. You don't even love yourself enough to work up the intellectual honesty to figure out what's really going on. You don't have the courage or the bravery to sit, like, okay, what's going on here? It's just easier to say sexism or racism. It's an ism. It's all isms. It's just isms. Isms this, ism, and now it's nothing's incumbent upon you. No, it's all out of your control. So go burn your neighborhood down. How am I supposed to talk to that? So that's why I've unplugged. There's nothing for me to say. No one's going to listen. Nobody listens to reason. Nobody listens to logic. Nobody is self-critical. Saying, not only what did I do to bring this upon myself, but the idea that if it's your fault, like, for example, everybody hear me, everybody sit down, this is a little bit of wisdom old Cappy going to give you here. As you get older, your friends will hang out less and less. Some friends won't even return your calls. And then you'll think, what did I do to piss them off? Did I do something? And it's really sad because I'll call them. This has happened. I'm like, dude, did I do something to piss you off? Like, I'm sorry, I did, what did I do? And in ironic sense, I'm hoping it was me. There was something I did. Oh yeah, Aaron, you fart a lot. Yeah, Aaron, you said this to my wife and she didn't take kindly to it. Yeah, Aaron, X, Y, and Z. And the reason I wish they would say it was my fault, because I did an action, maybe I agree with my action, I'm not sorry. But at least now I know that's an action that I did, and it's under my control to change that, so I can get my friends back. It's worse. It's way worse than saying you erred, you fucked up, or you did this. They're like, oh no, man, we're just real busy. And you're like, oh shit. And that's where it really hurts, because that's nothing I can do. That's not in my control. It's not my control. If it was something I did, I could apologize, I could change my behavior. But when it's them and they're just, they're tired or being, and this is the same critical self-criticism that you need, any man or woman worth their salt needs, is you got to realize that if somebody, am I already in lead already? Oh man, look at this, I'm in lead. Oh man, look at this, is cool. Oh, I'm in everybody's bell. Well, that was a short hike. Oh, we'll go to town, so you get a burger or something. Oh. You want it to be your fault, because then it's in your control. And those 3 things I recommend, does it just apply to black people? It's the same advice I give to everybody. Don't have kids you can't afford. Don't commit crimes. Don't major in stupid shit. Spend less than you make. That's all in your control. And disproportionately, though not solely relegated to the black community, it's this pride. Oh no, it can't be that you impregnated 5 women with your dumbass dick, and now you're on the hook for all this child support. It can't be that you majored in some bullshit, aggrieved, disgendered studies, and you went to a shitty law school because education was the sign of success, not making fucking money. And now you're $300,000 in debt, and you specialize in social justice. No, it's not that. And it's not that, oh, okay, well, you know what, dude, you're just doing some pot and driving around, and the pigs pulled you. No, dude, you fucked up. You fucked up. Don't fuck up. I even have a chapter of that in Bachelor Pad Economics. I think the black man's got out of poverty as well. It's a universal, again, does it just apply to black people? Don't fuck up. And what's great is that if you screwed up, now you have the power and control to change your life. This is where I'm big on the push of getting all men to have a vasectomy. All of you. And then you make a sperm deposit, somewhere, like in the fridge. And then you have kids when you're ready. Now when she oops, I forgot the pill, oops. Well, we'll just carry this kid to term. Now I'm Christian all of a sudden. I want a baby. Now I'm going to carry it to term. I said I'd have an abortion, and yeah, well, I changed my mind. By the way, I want a ton of money. That's in your control. That's under your power. And that's one of the things you can do as a young man not kidding, we could end poverty in a generation. Just like that. Unwanted kids, that's the #1 cause of poverty. But that gets in the way of pride. That the young, and not so young, he's probably my age, the middle-aged black gentleman, I was like, these people are right because they got something to say. How about you don't burn your neighborhood down? How about, yes, Floyd shouldn't have been killed. I agree with, yes, arrest the cop. Yes, have an investigation. Yes, that is not right. But if Floyd didn't commit crimes, that would not have happened. I know, now think about the end result. I am trying to save a man's life. You're perfectly fine with this guy dying to what, make a point? To fight back at the pigs? My approach would have someone not be dead. And yes, you could say it's aggrieved and there's racism. Yes. I'm not disagreeing with you. But a lot of people would be alive today if they didn't commit crimes. Now, a lot of people would be dead too. Like there's the gal that got shot by the other Minneapolis cop. Although that was, I think she was like high on marijuana or something like that. Not necessarily committing a crime, but don't be stupid. There's another one. Wait a minute, the hiking trail is this way? Caution, steep hillsides, watch for falling rock and debris. Oh, does that go to a person's house? Oh wait, no, here's the horseshoe trail. Alright, why did they... Yeah, somebody's backyard. Anyway, since I can't reason or rationalize with people to save lives, like, hey, don't do this. I know it may not be right, but don't do that. Fuck you! All right, fine. No, go. And so I don't watch the news. I don't watch the TV. I know every day there's a new company. Oh, we're taking the knee. Soon there's going to be no companies I can do business with because it's just a bunch of Gen X cucks. Like, that's their marketing. All marketing and all of the business schools for the past 20 years is placate to people based on race and gender. Racism and sexism, that's what it is. Hey, everything's about race and gender. Not a good quality product at a good price. Oh, fuck no. Hey, buy these Nikes, kid, for like $90 and don't go to... Because Colin Kaepernick is a badass. Oh. And so... That's why I go for a hike. And it's nice. Sun is setting. Grass and the weeds are all very bright and green because the sun's setting down on the west side. Not looking forward to going to bed. That's the thing I hate the most, is waiting to fall asleep. Aaron, isn't that kind of the sign of depression? Probably is, probably. Or it's like, oh, I gotta get through this day. And we're going uphill. So I got my hike. I'm gonna focus on the hike. A buddy of mine told me I should take meditation, learn how to meditate, take things easy. Some I think I'm going to have to do. He also brought up the great point, and one of these days I'll write a post about it because I think it is true. But I think most American men, most Western men, do suffer from some form of PTSD. Now, admittedly, again, I don't believe in psychology as a profession. I totally am against people claiming they have PTSD because you got a B+ on your college paper and you're a pansy little millennial. But I talked about this before, maybe I wrote about it, where it's like I've been firing a Gatling gun for the past 25 years, just fending off every possible little dipshit thing. Poverty, trying to get food. And then, all of a sudden, like I said, there's no finish line. All of a sudden, enemies stop coming out of the forest. There's no forest left. I shot it all down. And all I know is how to fire that Gatling gun. And the emergency's over, the war is over, everything's fine now, I guess. I was telling my pal, I don't know anything but to fire that Gatling gun. How do I set it down? That's what he taught me about meditation, but he is right. Most Western men, I say most, I do mean most, not you pansy millennial Z soy boys who had everything. It's a different... Oh, here we are. Oh, trail continue this way? I'm on a road. Oh, it's private. Oh, no, keep on going here. Here's the trail. But most men have. We're programmed and hardwired one way. The environment largely due to feminism and how that's changed the dynamics between men and women so drastically and warped it so wickedly. The bipolar and the standing up and all that. Men are absolutely gone through some kind of trauma. And it's not like a, war where there's actual real PTSD. It's, 99 minutes of sheer boredom interrupted by 1 minute of terror. Whereas I think what men have gone through is 20 years of a low to even medium level of consistent trauma, lies, deceit, struggle, strife. Got a cyclist coming up who, after a while, you don't, my God, start, if you were bullied as a kid, dating, divorce is traumatic, I'd imagine that. That's traumatic. This constant hatred of men, like men are privileged, men, you get that message, that blaring over, I don't need no man, you don't, it's like the greatest thing we ever wanted, now hates our guts. The fighting, if you do get a girl, and they're just not trained at all. Forget trained to be nice. How about you're gonna die? Do you want to make this guy happy or not? The absolute lack of selflessness and altruism on the part of people that's supposed to fall in love with. I'll let this biker go. Howdy.
Hey. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah. When the one thing you're programmed to want turns out to be a royal pain in the ass, damaging, threatening, divorcing, unstable, dramatic, and then the entire system is, oh my God, well, we're going to give this group of people a huge advantage, and and that'd be one thing, but it's like, oh, but you people are also responding, you other people, you half of the population are to blame for all their problems and woes. It gets tiring, and it takes a toll. So what we call long-term, consistent post-traumatic stress. Seriously, it's another thing is I'll get nightmares that haunt me, both real sleeping nightmares and, just I'll be walking and I'll think of something like, all this shit I went through, all this unacceptable bullshit. I just cannot help but put you in a bad mood. Thank God I'm going to come out here and hike. Oh, well, there's the mine. I wonder if this keeps going. It's a wonderful trail. Not too steep. But to constantly be under it, I think that's what it is. You're constantly threatened, constantly under attack, constantly criticized, constantly questioned. It's like, can we just get some fucking support? I'm sure more than one man had a tear welled up in his eye watching some old movie or watching his grandparents together, where the wife actually supported the husband and wasn't out to prove and wasn't weaponized against him. But after that, after that constant struggle, And that's just the female side of thing. You go through recession, majoring in stupid shit. Your parents didn't raise you for crap. They lied to you. Things don't go the way you go. I'd even claim that a lot of the Antifa people have post-traumatic stress syndrome. All the lies are their entire life is a lie. They're supposed to make money with whatever. They're going to change the world. All they know how to do is take down statues. Still poor, still indebted. All they know how to do is panhandle. Guarantee you there's some traumatic stress there. But yeah, I think we're not looking for excuses. We're not looking to be weak. But shoot, by the time you're 30, I almost guarantee you boys have all suffered some kind of post-traumatic stress. I almost guarantee it. In part because of how women are trained to treat men. In part how society, this is not a sob, this is just true. You know, maybe you go talk to a real therapist about it. But you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Society does not like you, that is true. And if they do, they got a real funny way of showing. Yeah, think about it. If they actually liked men, what would society be like? Oh, like the 1950s? Oh, really? Oh. Like, if society really championed men, they'd be like, well, we're going to get the best guy for this job. And oh, we're going to cheer you on. We're going to support you. And holy shit. That's nowhere to be seen. Nor would you really want that. You just treat people equally and relatively unbiased. You know, it should be fair and equitable to everybody. Or equal, not equitable. Equity means like you have the same amount of production and money, even though you're a lazy no-good fuck who blames all your problems on a trait you were born with. Even though you're a lazy idiot that majored in dumb shit. Oh, I wonder what that is. But yeah, it would be if you ever wondered, like, are men really being treated? What would it be like if men were constantly celebrated every freaking day like women? What would that be like? And after 20, 30, 40 years, yeah, you're probably getting sick and tired. You get married, your wife treats you like shit. You gotta go into all these lecturing, diversity or non-harassment classes. Well, we got to promote this person because of their gender or their race or whatever over you. Yeah, guys, I think you might have some PTSD. All right, that's it. I'm going to go listen to my podcasts. Not my podcasts, other podcasts. All of this loaded up. Maybe I'll get to lead and have myself a nice little cocktail, maybe? Should I? I got to hike back, although it's all downhill. This has all been uphill. All right, we'll see you guys later. Check out my books, all that other stuff. CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com. Links are on the top left. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.